Welcome to this edition of TV21 News. I'm Mark Frabot.
And I'm Dave Herman. Welcome back to school and Happy New Year.
On today's show, we'll look at the annual Reflections Literary Magazine and the upcoming Winter Formal at High School East.
Chuck Convery will give us a look into the recent school blood drive. And we'll see the New Year's resolutions South students made for the upcoming year.
In our weekly Science Notebook report, the North American Car Show in Detroit displays new, environmentally safe vehicles. Also, Tom Bacone tells us about the movies, music, and more in this week's entertainment segment.
Running down the sports highlights will be Allie Wassel. But before that, we'll be looking at the first of a series of weekly club profiles.
But topping our news this week, find out how to finance your college education. If you need money, you don't want to miss this. Correspondent Chris Tice has the report.
That's right. I'm here with Mrs. Frank down in the guidance department to talk about financial aid. Mrs. Frank, what exactly is financial aid?
Financial aid is money that is given to students and their families to help them defray the cost of attending college. It may take the form of loans, grants, scholarship, or work-study programs.
What does the guidance department at East do to assist students with the financial aid process?
The Guidance Department at High School East has a financial aid evening every year. This past Tuesday, January 7th, we were fortunate to have a speaker from Ocean County College, Mrs. Susan Barshaw, who is Director of Financial Aid there. She spoke to our students about the process of applying for financial aid and the specifics of how to fill out the FAFSA. The FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid.
What can students and parents do who were unable to attend financial aid night? I mean, how do they get information?
Parents and students can stop by the guidance office and pick up a packet of information that was distributed that evening. In this packet, they will have a paper copy of the FAFSA for filing. They will also have information on how to file the FAFSA on the web, and they will have additional websites that will guide them through this entire process. Additionally, they can feel free to contact the financial aid advisor at any college that they are considering applying to. I would like to strongly encourage parents and students to file their FAFSA online. It has proven to be the more accurate means of filing, and it will also expedite the process.
Well, here I am at High School East's financial aid night. Let's talk with some of the students and parents to see what they thought about it.
Hi, I'm Leah Drag. I'm a student at High School East, and I'm here at Financial Aid Night, and I think this is a good idea for parents to get their finances situated for when we go off to college.
Hi, my name is Joan Gallagher. I'm here for College Aid Night. I have a daughter who is a junior at High School East, and so far the meeting's been very informative. It's given me a lot of information so far. The woman who's speaking has given us everything about how to fill out the form, and even though it's a little early for me to do that, I think that it'll help me for next year so I can start gathering the information ahead of time.
Reporting on Financial Aid Night, I'm Christopher Teisch for TV21 News.
Plenty of high school students donated their blood at the recent blood drive held in the High School East Media Center. Chuck Convery has the details.
Every year, the Interact Club invites the American Red Cross to High School East for a blood donation. And around this time of the year, being right before the holidays, normally a little good comes out of everyone. But here at High School East today, a little blood comes out.
Those people who missed donating today or would like to find a blood drive to donate through the holidays, the best way to do it is to go onto our website. It's www.pleasegiveblood.org, and you can click on the link for where to donate. The other way you can find a blood drive is to call 1-800-GIVE-LIFE. We do run a lot of blood drives in the Ocean County area every month. In January we have some going on. I think the Lacey Moose is running, Beechwood Community, and down the shore at the Seaside Rotary, and also at St. Francis. But the best way is blood can go anywhere to anybody, children, adults, old or young, cancer patients, burn victims, trauma patients, people having surgery.
I I also had a chance to catch up with some blood donors to ask them how they felt about giving blood.
Makes me feel good because I'm helping another person that probably needs it more than I do. I have enough, and this is my 4th time giving blood.
I'm Sean.
I'm doing it for the people. That's why.
Yeah.
And you get such good food and a nice little mark on your arm. I feel so good.
Well, I gave blood, and I hope that it saves someone's life one day, because it would make me feel really
They really
happy.
need it more than I need my blood. They need my blood more than I need it.
That's right.
Reporting on the 2002 American Red Cross Blood Drive and good things happening for good people, I'm Chuck Convery for TV21 News.
New environmentally friendly cars are being premiered at the Detroit Car Show. Kellen Smith has the details in our Health and Science report.
Auto season shifts into high gear this week, rolling into the Motor City itself for what could be a most telling event.
The automotive industry has always been one of the key motivators in the economy. And with all the different industries that are involved in producing automobiles and all the different suppliers and warehouses and techs and trades and so on, this is huge for the industry and huge globally.
Even with the Mini Cooper and Volvo's XC90 winning North American Car and Truck of the Year, it's an SUV world as automakers continue to mine that red-hot segment. BMW's X Activity, the company calls it an SAV, has seats that adjust with the touch of the headrest, while Dodge unleashes the raw power of its 345 horsepower Durango MERT concept onto North America.
It features the most horsepower in class with a 5.7 Hemi engine, and it's got a whole new frame, hydroform frame, independent front suspension, multi-link rear for a much more car-like ride, but it still gives you full SUV benefits, 15% more room inside, and with the new Hemi engine, 10% better fuel economy than the current Durango.
Not to be outdone, Mitsubishi's high-tech Endeavor crossover lets you use a PC to customize the interior to fit any driving style.
You may not see exactly this car, maybe that power plant, but some of those design cues will be seen on future cars, so we're really testing the market to see its acceptance.
But automakers did manage to roll out other vehicles, Acura's entry-level TSX sports sedan and Nissan's Quest minivan with Skyview that gives the driver and passengers an eye to the sky are among the notable saying that this being the Motor City. From Hyundai's Olv to Honda's Studio E, no expense is spared as manufacturers try to out-concept each other. With this week's Health and Science Report, I'm Kellen Smith for TV21 News.
Time now for our high school happenings segment, starting with a reminder to all seniors to check in with their guidance for the latest scholarships and the deadlines to apply.
The musical theater season is starting soon in the Toms River High Schools. Tickets go on sale next week for the ETC production of Kiss Me Kate. Buy yours early so you won't be shut out.
On Saturday, January 25th, High School East holds its annual winter formal. Erin McCormick has the report.
That's right, it's that time of year again, winter formal. I got a chance to catch up with Mr. Cohen and Kaylin Namely.
We're having another fundraiser coming up, the Winter Formal, which is January 25th. Come support the senior class.
Every year the Winter Formal is a different theme, and this year it's a night in Hollywood. The bids are $55, so come and buy your bids, and hope you have a good time.
Make sure to buy your bids on sale this week. I'm Erin McCormick reporting for TV21 News.
Every year, East students submit poems, short stories, and art to go into the school literary magazine. Rob Dickerson gives us the details.
Reflections will be coming to a classroom near you later this year, but for now, I'm here with Mrs. Glazinski, the advisor, to find out more. Mrs. Glazinski, what is Reflections?
Reflections is the literary and art magazine of High School East, and it is a student-run and student-written magazine.
What is put into Reflections?
Well, we look for every kind of creative thing we can find. We have essays, poetry, we have short stories, photographs, drawings. We've done cartoon strips, and we enjoy those very much. We encourage people to submit anything that they think might be of interest to the rest of the students.
Is everything submitted put in?
Not everything. We try to be as inclusive as we can, but we do make some judgments, especially if there is a lot of the same type of poem. There seems to be a lot of "my heart is broken because he left me" poems, And, we try to pick the ones that we think have the most poetic content. And sometimes, we may make a mistake and pass over somebody, but we do the best we can.
What is the deadline for submissions?
We put the deadline the first week of March. Now, if there's some exceptional reason why somebody couldn't get it in, we will take something later, especially if a teacher says, look at this. But ordinarily, we feel like, anything you've done first semester, anything you've done on your own, and you've been told about it since December, we start right before the holidays. So we try to keep to the March 1st deadline.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
I'm just hoping that everybody does submit. The more we have, the better the magazine is. We've been trying to bring up the quality of the mix. We don't want it to be just all short poems. We do submit it for peer review to the Columbia Scholastic Press Association. Last year we won a bronze medal for the magazine, and we're hoping we do at least as well this year. And we need the students to give us the material. We can't make it up, so we hope everybody tries. Okay.
I also caught up with the student editors of Reflections, Christina DeAngelis and Thomas Sales.
Okay. Hi, my name is Christina DeAngelis. I'm one of the editors along with Tom Sales. We start collecting stuff right around Christmas break, kind of after it, and then it goes out around the first week of June, the end of May. We try and get things that a lot of people can relate to, things that people want to read for the students to enjoy.
Hi, I'm Tom Sales. I'm the one of the two editors of the magazine, along with Christina DeAngelis. We do a lot of hard work to put the magazine together. Starting sometime around the Christmas break, we start gathering submissions from students throughout the school. We try to put things together with poems and short stories together with drawings that fit. We often have to go out and solicit more artwork because we normally don't get enough. And we have a lot of fun putting it together, and we hope you enjoy reading the magazine as much as we enjoy making it.
Thank you. Reporting on Reflections, I'm Rob Dickerson for TV21 News.
High School South's Belinda Noel asked fellow students their New Year's resolutions. Let's see what they thought.
I'm here at High School South interviewing students and teachers about their New Year's resolutions.
My New Year's resolution is to be nicer to people and stop making fun of everyone.
My New Year's resolution is to bowl better.
My New Year's resolution is to be nicer to my students.
My New Year's resolution for 2003 is I guess I'm going to drop a couple pounds because I'm a little overweight right now.
Our New Year's resolution is to get jobs.
My New Year's resolution is to be happy and healthy. And along those lines, I guess I need to do more exercise and probably diets in there too.
My New Year's resolution is to get better grades.
Hi, my New Year's resolution is to stop cursing.
Reporting on New Year's resolutions from High School South, I'm Belinda Noel from TV21 News.
Throughout the rest of this school year, TV21 News will feature one club or activity each week. We'll range from student councils to photography to today's topic, the fishing club at East. Tom Picone and Allie Wassel give us this first club profile report.
Gee, it sure is a nice day out. If only I could go fishing. If only there were a club I could join that would allow me to fish on beautiful days like these. You know, I think I'm going to go change my clothes and take some vitamin C and speak to Mr. Kaczynski. I think he's the advisor of a fishing club, if you will, at Toms River High School East. I'm going to learn more about that. Mr. Kaczynski, what type of fishing does the club do?
Basically, we do a lot of ocean and bait fishing throughout the year.
How many trips do you take a year?
We're planning on 4 this year, 2 in the fall and 2 in the spring, and we will probably not go in the wintertime when it's real cold.
How does the club fund the trips?
Basically, it's pay as you go. There's no dues, and we meet on Wednesdays in room E13.
So does it cost anything for the student?
Yeah, we got a reduced rate from some of the captains in the area. They give us reduced rate of about 30% for students. So instead of paying $38 as a normal passenger would, they pay probably about $25.
Is the equipment provided, or do students have to bring their own?
Students, it's a mix. Students bring some of their own equipment, and those who don't have equipment also can rent their equipment as they get on board.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, we just like to invite all the students down to join if they really like to get involved with the fishing club. And it's a nice day out, it's a nice day in the sun, and you get to meet real nice students and faculty.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Hi, my name is Steve Koenigstein, and I'm a member of the fishing club here at Toms River High School East. This year is my first year here on the fishing club, and I enjoy it. It's a great thing. You get to meet a whole bunch of different people, and you get to experience a great day of fishing. Last time we went, it was in the end of October. We went, and a whole bunch of bluefish were caught. I know some people that caught 14, 15 pounders. And, it was great. You get a good fight and just have a great time to hang out with your friends, and it's a great day of fun.
I got a chance to catch up with Pat Scarangella, member of the fishing club here at East. Pat, where do you guys fish?
Well, I fish in freshwater and in saltwater, but in the fall and late summer, we usually do most of our fishing in the bays and in the ocean. We'll go out on boats or we'll fish from the shore.
What kind of fish do you guys catch?
The first time we went on a boat, which was at the end of October, we caught bluefish, and we are also going for striped bass and fluke we could have went for, but the seasons are over.
Reporting on the Fishing Club with Tom Picone, I'm Allie Wassel for TV21 News.
That wraps up our high school happening segment. Time now for sports with Allie Wassel. Allie?
Thanks, Dave. Before we turn to short conference action, we would like to congratulate the girls North basketball team on their 48-16 win over Southern to capture the 19th annual WOBM Christmas Classic. Stephanie Burge was named the WOBM MVP. Turning to boys basketball, East, North, and South all came up winners last week, beating Brick, Pinelands, and Brick Memorial. East is now 4-1 in A South, keeping them in first place in the conference. In girls basketball, Toms River teams were all winners, with East beating Brick 56-54, in which Brittany Astor scored a team-high 18 points. North beat Pinelands 54-42. On Tuesday, the South girls topped East. That contest is a TV21 Game of the Week. Let's check the highlights.
Brittany Esther controls it. She brings it up the right side of the court.
Up for two.
Megan Murray follows her shot. It's going to rebound by Kristen Kuhlman. She brings it up the court. It's a 3-on-1. Sarah Malarkin. Each has to work their offense right now. Can't force anything. Have it inside to Melissa Kane. There's her points for the night.
Looks with that substitution with Jenna Murray. Bill Hewitt wanted to get a little more.
In ice hockey, East beat Brick Memorial 5-4, with David DiCastroza scoring a hat trick. Moving on to wrestling, South beat Brick 44-25, but was handed its first loss in a non-conference matchup with Lenape. North and Jackson also went head-to-head, with Jackson coming out on top 44-12. East took on Southern Regional, beating them 28-26. Switching over to track, the Ocean County Relays were this past weekend. All three Toms River schools did well. In boys action, North won the distance medley, with Scott Beverly, James O'Neill, Dan Bingham, and Chris Pisano. East, Sean Kelly, Dan Burfund, Greg Dworjan, and Ron Jules were the winners of the 4x400 meter relay. Turning to girls, each of the teams won one event. South's distance medley of Kelly Cannon, Lauren Porter, Jasmine Morgan, and Alexandra Highland took first place, while Jessica Zadatny, Ashley Oliver, Veronica Santiago, and Tara Williams combined to win the sprint medley. East took home the high jump gold with team members April Wendland and Lexi Gray. Checking in with boys bowling, East fell to Southern 2-1, with Steve Wheeler shooting a game-high 233. North beat Pinelands 3-0, and Southern came out on top over Mondon 2-5. In girls bowling, East and South beat Southern and Mondon 3-0 in separate matches, and Pinelands beat North 2-1. That's it for sports. Back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Allie. Now we go over to Tom Picone, who has our entertainment report. Tom?
Thanks, Mark. In our entertainment segment, we'll take a look at this week's Hollywood Minute and Now showing reports. But first, let's catch up on all the top songs of the week in Billboard's Top Tunes.
Underneath 'cause you can, honey. Take it from your man, mommy. Yeah. Turn around and let me see that sexy body go bump, bump, bump.
That is all I want. I am beautiful, no matter what they say. The rocks that I got, I'm still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little, now I have a lot. No matter where I go, I know where I came from. Come on, is it worth it? Let me work it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. It's your primitive, it's wet yet. It's your primitive, it's wet yet. If you got a big, you better lose yourself in the music. The moment you own it, you better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance.
Are Meg Ryan and John Cusack dating? Let's catch up on all the Hollywood gossip with our Hollywood Minute Report.
Is it true that Meg Ryan and John Cusack are dating? The two have allegedly been seen together in both Los Angeles and New York, but there's no confirmation of a romance from either of the stars. Cusack recently split with longtime girlfriend Neve Campbell. Like father, like daughter, if you've ever wondered what the princess of rock and roll can do when it comes to singing, you'll soon find out. Lisa Marie Presley's debut album hits stores on April 8th. It won't be easy this year to decide what films will take top Oscar honors. Academy members will have 279 movies to choose from as they pick the nominees for Best Picture and other categories. Nominations will be announced on February 11th. And Russell Crowe is a first-time crew member in a yacht race. It took place on the first east coast of Australia. The boat was captained by the technical advisor of Crowe's new movie. Sporting stubble and a ponytail, Crowe worked hard to onboard and help the yacht capture second place. And that's today's Hollywood Minute. I'm Chris Lineski for TV21 News.
What do the Lord of the Rings, 2 Weeks Notice, and the Wild Thornberrys have in common? They're all profiled in this week's Now Showing Report, coming up next.
What business does an elf, a man, and a dwarf have in the Riddermark? Speak quickly!
We track a band of Uruk-hai westward across the plain. They've taken two of our friends captive.
Look for your friends, but do not trust to hope. It has forsaken these lands.
In The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, evil has begun to take over Middle-earth.
Sauron's forces have begun their attack. He is using Saruman to destroy your people.
They were unarmed. They had no warning.
This is but a taste of the terror that Saruman will unleash. You must fight.
The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers is directed by Peter Jackson and is rated PG-13.
Who holds sway over the 5 points? Us natives or the foreign hordes?
Leonardo DiCaprio seeks to avenge his father's death in gangs of New York. What results is a gang war between Irish and Italian groups in 1860 New York.
There's more of us coming off these ships every day. Together, we ain't got a gang. We got an army.
Gangs of New York is directed by Martin Scorsese and is rated R.
You're my brilliant chief counsel who's always honest with me.
Well, then, honestly, I think you are the most selfish human being on the planet.
Well, that's just silly. Have you met everyone on the planet?
Sandra Bullock has had enough with her boss, Hugh Grant, so she gives her 2 weeks' notice. But before she can walk out the door...
I trust her completely, which is funny. Not intentionally, of course.
2 weeks' notice is rated PG-13.
Alrighty.
Sometimes I wish I could just tell them I talk to animals.
No! Then you'll lose your power! Wild Thornberrys, a young girl, fights to stop poachers from killing a herd of elephants.
I'm going to find Tally, and you're not going to stop me!
Yes, I am! That is so wrong.
The Wild Thornberrys movie is rated PG. With Now Showing, I'm James Luciano for TV21 News.
That wraps up this week's Hollywood Minute Report. Back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Tom. That also wraps up this edition of TV21 News. Be sure to tune in on Thursdays and Fridays at 6:30 and 9 o'clock p.m. We also profile the people and events that make up the Toms River Regional High Schools. I'm Mark Frybot.
And I'm Dave Herman. For Tom, Allie, and the entire TV News team, thanks for watching and have a great week.
Bye.